Hi guys, so I'm here with another new moon reading. Today is the 9th of October 2018, and as always we will have a look at what's good to let go of this month, what's good to let in on the other hand, and this is the guidance card that will kind of help us with the previous two. Now, just to be clear, these two cards came up reversed, so in their opposite meaning, but for the sake of the reading and so that you can see the cards properly, I left them like this. But I'll be talking mainly about their reverse meanings. So let's have a look at the first one, which is the letting go card and what you should let go of this month. Now, here we got the Four Wands, which is actually a very beautiful, positive, colorful card in its regular meaning. Wands are always about doing things and taking action. And number 4 is a very stable, grounded number. And this card is usually about building something, working towards a project. Hence, the house in the back, which is kind of like a good symbol of, something solid that you have created and built it. And everything is kind of blooming. You are proceeding forward step by step. Initially you have the vision and then you start progressing towards making it come true. But again, here we have the card in its opposite meaning, and I think it's actually trying to tell us that we should let go of attachment to our projects and work this month, because it's only natural that since we invest a lot of time and energy and other resources into whatever we are working towards to, that it's difficult for us to let it go in the moment we feel like it's not bringing us whatever we started it with. Okay, so usually why we do or start projects in the first place is because we hope they bring us more joy, more fulfillment, they make our life a bit more meaningful. But then when they stop doing this and instead they start draining us and making us exhausted and we don't actually see any point in doing it anymore, we're like, well, I have invested so much in it that I just can't give up right now, right? Because that would make no sense. Like, I gotta stick with it. Well, that's what this card is telling you that you should be careful about this month, okay? That anytime you do feel drained and exhausted about something and you don't see a point in it, that maybe you should reconsider why or whether you should be doing it still anyways, okay? Whether it's actually still bringing you joy and enjoyment, or whether it's just your ego being attached to something that you have decided for yourself that you'll be working on, even though it makes no sense for you anymore. Now, here we've got another card which is about what we should let in this month. And here we have the Lovers. Now, again, in the regular meaning, this card is all about independent, loving relationships where you are aware of your own worth and you know that you don't need the other person in order to make you complete or in order to be enough. You just want to share your life and experiences with someone else because it's better. It's it brings more color to your life, okay? But again, here we got it in the opposite meaning, and I think that the card is trying to tell us that this month we shouldn't be afraid to let in some problems and conflicts in our relationships, no matter what these relationships are. So if it's partnership or if it's work-related relationships, friendships, or any other relationship really, because oftentimes what we try to do is to make everything perfect, make it ideal, just like in this card. Everything is bright, colorful, and blooming, but the truth is we are only humans, and sooner or later you will face some challenges, some conflicts and disagreements, and it's okay. You don't have to make everything perfect all the time, and everything doesn't have to be working according to the plan in order to make it worth it, okay? So you will see that together with this previous card, which is telling you don't be attached on visions and maybe too idealistic ideas that you had previously, goes really nice back to this card, which is telling you it's okay to let some conflict and doubt and whatever in, and ask some more questions, that will make it more clear for you whether the path that you are on is still right and authentic to you, or whether you should reconsider stuff in your life a little bit. Now the guidance card, we got comparison, and I'm sorry, my hands are shaking. It's probably because I didn't have coffee yet today. And I think this goes back to telling us that a lot of these issues and problems that we are facing on everyday basis are just rooted in the fact that we constantly compare ourselves to others. We see how other people's projects and work is turning out, how other people's relationship are working or not working, and we try to make our stuff the same. The problem is, especially today with social media, that you always see just a fragment of people's lives because you don't live with them 24/7, and it's very likely that whatever you see is very selected, because you also probably won't share on social media your dark moments where you're like crying on the floor and you have a meltdown, because that's not what you're thinking about when you are having a meltdown. You don't want to share that with anybody. You just want to live through it and just deal with it. And sharing it on Facebook is probably the last thing that you could think of in that very moment. So again, like whatever you will see will probably be joyous, beautiful, rainbow moments of joy in people's lives, because that's what you want to share, that's what you want to remember, and so you put it out in the world. But remember that every time you have a doubt about how you're living your life and that maybe it's not as good as other people's lives and blah, 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 just remember that literally every single person you meet or cross paths with has their own issues. They are dealing with stuff and shit that you don't know about, and you would be super surprised to see how challenging their lives are. And it's okay. It's part of being human, and you don't have to be perfect all the time. So I hope it made sense. Let me know in the comments again if it resonated with you or not. And I wish you a great month and see you soon. Bye bye.